and we are back, and let's cover Summer Struggle SummerSlam in Jingu Thunderdome. This was the New Japan one. It was the first time since 1991 that it was an outdoor venue, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
And I think like a good portion of the KOPW, we were trying to find a location because there were like some big buildings. We're like, what are those buildings? So like, in like a half an hour, we were like looking at Google Maps and trying to figure it out.
We were. Anyways, so we're gonna move on here. I liked. It seemed very empty, but at least they have fans that can go.
Yep, they have fans. They're very strict about how the fans are presented.
Yep.
And I thought that they did a very good job. But the one thing that I didn't like is that this one particularly, there was a noise limitation that was put on the fans, and I'm like, never do that.
Right.
Never do that. Never put a noise restriction on fans.
Right.
It felt very empty because of it.
Right.
It's like, oh, the main event, they should be like, Naito. And it's like, 1, 2, you have the fans there.
Right.
Let them be, let them be as loud as like New Japan fans are, but let them do what they please. Come on. Anyway, Yoshinobu Kanemaru versus Master Wato. It was a roll-up by Kanemaru to win, and I thought it was a decent little opener.
I thought so, too. It had a decent story to it as well.
It really did.
Yeah,
and
that really helped
that.
the match. That's what I like about this. There were no, 6-man, 8-man tag matches in Summer Struggle.
That meant nothing.
Everything actually had meaning to it, which was great. I loved it.
Everything had a storyline or a title or something neat. Let's go to El Desperado, Sanada, Toru Yano, and Kazuchika Okada for the provisional KOPW 2020 champion.
Can you give us some background as to what the KOPW 2020 champion is all? Because I'm so confused by this. I have no idea what's going on.
So this is how this is going on. The KOPW champion is essentially a trophy, and the winner of this match was the first provisional champion.
Which means...
What this means is that the person who won isn't the technical champion. The champion is crowned at the end of the year. And between now and when they decide to crown the champion, the title is on the line.
Or the trophy's on the line for...
Right. But at the end of that year, when they decide to defend the KOPW champion again, that's when it's defended again. So, like, the first half of the year, this title is not on the line at any point in time.
Right.
They're only going to do it at the end of the summer... And I'm going to assume like
Wrestle
October,
Kingdom?
November.
Oh, I was thinking Wrestle Kingdom would be
They said that they were going to crown it at the end of the visual year.
So maybe a little bit before.
Now, what that means in Japan might be different than what it means for Americans.
Because NJPW could consider, and they often do consider, that event... Wrestle Kingdom to be the end of the year for them because that's when they take a break, so that would make sense, but we'll see. Anyways, so I guess it was a 4-way match.
Yep, it was a 4-way match,
which is very rare.
Also,
in Japan,
every KOPW 2020 champion match of any kind is not going to be a standard one-on-one or tag team match.
It's good. There are always going to be some special stipulations to it.
So Okada was in a handicap match.
Right.
Toru Yano couldn't. And
these were the qualifying matches.
And also, it's almost always by fan vote as well. So I think it's a unique concept, but I hate the trophy.
Yeah.
This trophy looks like they bought it at Dollar General in the discount pile, and they just put on a sticker. That's essentially what it looks like.
But anyways,
obviously during restrictions, they might have thought of something a little more elaborate as a part of a trophy, or maybe we'll see it at the end of the year.
Maybe. Anyways, so who were the 4 contestants in this match?
El Desperado, Sanada, Toru Yano, and the innovator of this concept, actually, Kazuchika Okada.
But who won? It wasn't Okada.
No,
it was Toru
Yano
Yano.
pinned Okada to win the first provisional champion. So he is not the champion.
So Toru Yano essentially has bumped himself up into the main event scene
because he also pinned Okada.
Because he pinned Okada by a low blow. So he's a heel, obviously, and he is now in a feud probably with Okada.
Toru Yano's weird because he's like Ric Flair and Santino Marella combined. He is a babyface that uses heel tactics.
Right.
So heel is kind of a subjective term
right,
here.
but he definitely put himself on the map.
Right. I think that the right person was chosen, but I do believe that Okada at the end of the day will be the KOPW crown champion.
I think so. Yeah.
I just don't think they wanted him to be defending the belt all the time, so maybe he'll go and do something else,
and then he'll come back.
And then he'll
to
come
this,
back
right.
and yeah. That's my opinion.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So I mean, the match itself was fine. I did like the Fatal 4-Way dynamic, though. I thought they did a really good job with it.
Yeah.
So, I expect a lot out of this, but I think they've really overcomplicated this KOPW thing.
I think they did too. But anyways, that's what Japan is all about, complicating things. So
that's WWE's thing. What are you talking about?
Anyways, let's move on to the next match. Shingo Takagi and Minoru Suzuki for the Never Openweight Championship.
These two kicked the crap out of each other.
Oh my god.
We knew that it was going to be a heavy-hitting match, and Minoru Suzuki won with the Gotch-style pile driver.
I don't hate that.
Suzuki is the new Never Openweight champion, which I think is fine because I think Shingo either is going to go for IC, US, or even World. Or
also, we might want to let the fans know about 2 championships in NJPW are currently vacant. That would be the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions.
Yes,
and the 6-man Tag Team Champions have also been vacated.
Why?
Because Evil was one of the 6.
No! They already decided that.
Oh,
champion.
They did.
Yeah, it's Hiroki Goto, Tomohiro Ishii, and Yoshihashi.
Oh,
they did that a while ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, it's right now it's only the Never Openweight 6-man tag because I think Sho is out with a knee injury.
Right.
And they are very strict about that 30-day title defense.
The only exception they've made was with Jon Moxley, but he can't.
The only exception of that was all of the champions that were going into it because of the pandemic. They did not count that as days.
Right.
So as soon as they started doing shows again, now they're going to start doing
even with not with Moxley because I think they're doing a tournament in the United States.
They did it already.
Yeah,
they already did it. It's Kenta. Kenta is the current number 1 contender, but he's also defending that number 1 contendership against Jeff Cobb. I think like next week. So
didn't know that. Anyways, so we've gone off on a big tangent there, but we're gonna jump right back into the summer struggle.
Apparently Peanut Gallery does not read wrestling, so.
Says someone who doesn't read wrestling. Anyways, who didn't even know about the NWA pay-per-views coming back.
I didn't. I literally did not know until like not even a minute before we came on the show itself.
So anyways, Shingo Takagi, Suzuki won, Minoru Suzuki won. Very hard-hitting match, which is kind of expected. It was decent.
And I'm very happy that the title changed.
Yeah.
So, Hiromu Takahashi versus Taichi Ishimori for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. Oh, okay, I see. So, Taichi Ishimori did a version of the Gargano Escape to win the champion.
Yeah.
Number 1, this match was awesome.
Yeah.
I expect nothing less, but at the same time, Hiromu, to what I am hearing, is going to the heavyweight division.
Yes.
And I really hope that's not the case. I also heard that he might be hurt again. But
so, anyways, moving on.
I think Taichi Ishimori is the right person to put the belt on, but at the same time, I really hope Hiromu doesn't go up because they really just cannot lose any more.
They've lost a lot of junior heavyweights in the last couple of years.
A lot of heavy hitter junior heavyweights. That's the one thing that I'm worried about with this. Is like, who's going to actually take on Ishimori for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion? Unless you want like Yo to go for it, who's been on a roll.
Right.
So
maybe who knows?
Right. Thank God they were stripped of the tag team champions.
So we're going to move on to the next match, which is Dangerous Tekkers versus Golden Aces for the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championships.
This match was hard for me to read. I like the match.
It was 100%. An okay match.
I thought there was great storyline build to it.
Yep.
And also I feel like they maybe could have done a little more explanation about it. Maybe that's why I was a little confused about it. Mm-hmm. But it feels like it never really got out of third gear.
Right. It really didn't. It's like almost everyone was like wrestling in concrete.
Right. It was kind of weird. I didn't like it. It was a Zach go for the win for the hold on.
You said Suzuki Gun to retain, but I don't know which one
Suzuki
Gun is.
The Dangerous Techers are one of those offshoots of Suzuki Gun. So Zack Sabre Jr. and Taichi are a part of Suzuki Gun's.
I understand that. I'm just looking at.
Oh, I know. My notes are very interesting.
Yes.
Because I have Dangerous Techers as the defending champions, and I have Suzuki Gun to retain.
Right.
So
for the win. I'm like, okay.
Well, it says to retain. There was just something weird about this match that I was not. I don't know. Maybe it's because Hiroshi Tanahashi is going for the tag team champions that I'm kind of weird about. Just stick with Intercontinental and Heavyweight.
Yeah.
Maybe US at some point in time.
Yep.
Whatever. So the next match, Evil defended the IWGP Heavyweight and Intercontinental champions against Tetsuya Naito. Naito did win. Yes. He is the double champion
once again,
at least for now.
Yeah.
So the interest is that Naito is going to be defending these champions separately from now on, which is fine.
It's fine.
I did not like this, and I'm going to tell you why. I don't think that Evil should have had the titles taken off of him so soon.
No.
He's already established as a contender for the heavyweight champion.
Right.
And that's fine. But what I would have done is you have to defend them separately, and Evil makes a big stink out of it.
Right.
Make him more of a heel.
Right.
But, giving it back to Naito, I think because of where they are and all of that, I think that's why they did it. I don't know. I was not a big fan of this show.
I wasn't a huge fan of it either. It felt very, I don't know. It didn't have that magic of New Japan.
It was like, okay, Dominion. There was something there.
Right.
The Shinjaru Lords show was really good, and it had that magic. Something here felt off.
It did not feel like a New Japan show.
Right.
It was a good show. It just
felt like a house show.
It did.
Which is weird because everything was built to this, and it was definitely a pay-per-view.
Right.
But it was just it was just weird. I don't know. I can't really describe how I feel about it. It was good.
Anyways, match of the night. And because we have to get on with don't erase that yet. Hold on.
All right, go ahead.
Match of the night and star rating for Summer Struggle in Jinju.
So I'm going to give Summer Struggle in Jinju a 3.
Okay.
And I'm going to give the match of the night to Hiromu Takahashi and Taichi Ishimori.
Okay.
I thought that was the strongest match, and I thought that the title change was necessary and appropriate.
I'm going to give the same star rating, 3 stars, and then I'm going to give Takahashi and Ishimori that match of the night.
Okay, it's the same.
That one made the most sense to me.
Yep. That one made the most sense out of all of them.
Yep.
But yeah, there we go.
So when we come back from our break, and I promise this will be our last break, we are going to go through WWE Pay Me Back My Money because I deserve a refund.
SummerSlam recap.